Let's go, Spot. Show your stuff. Wait a second. I'll close the door. I don't want all of Asgilia to see the smoke. Forget about Asgilia before I die of smoke poisoning. There's a lock on the valve's control wheel. There. This is the uglier of the two trophies. No, I take that back. This trophy is really the uglier one. I can't make up my mind. They're both ugly, that's for sure. What is this? Some kind of fork? The Asgil have quite a lot of cutlery lying around. From what I know, this is not a tuning fork. Almost cozy, if it wasn't for the fact that an Asgil is likely to show up any minute to throw me in. Oh dear, that didn't help at all. Darn asthmatic lungs. Empty. It's locked. Oh, that's where I am. I'll leave the door ajar, so I won't have to walk all the way around again. I can't reach it. That could actually work. No. If there's a hidden mechanism. Just a second. There is a secret passage after all. It's locked. It's locked. I'd be able to attach the bucket to the chain if my arms were long enough. I'll have to find another way. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. What's that? An elevator? Let's see. Rickety design, no rails to grab onto, decayed boards, frayed drag rope goes up into dizzying heights and is being driven by a complicated mechanism. Yep, this escape road has been made especially for me. Oh, I want to go back to my cell. I still can't believe I was able to get away from them. Corona. How shall I ever reach that place? Corona resides on a narrow rock spire. It doesn't seem to be any way up there. How shall I ever reach that place? I'm not saying anything derisive now. After all, stones have proven to be quite useful during the course of my journey. I'm getting all dizzy thinking that I used that thing. You ask your lift down there. I still can't believe I was able to get away from them. Those tracks don't really inspire confidence. Where do these tracks lead?
They used to go straight to Corona, but the line has been discontinued.
There's nothing growing here at all.
Hey, are you referring to my height?
Shoot! No, I wasn't. I'm not even much good at innuendo anymore. The birds look quite comfortable there. It could be difficult to scare them away from the flower bed. Shoo! That'd be a first if somebody actually did what I say. Shoo! Those must be Grandpa's pantaloons again. How on earth did they get here?
Hey, keep your hands off my laundry.
The inscription on my tombstone will read, "Though he could not save the world, his knowledge of the regional clotheslines was excellent." He's a mean fellow. I could easily put him into my pocket, but I'm afraid he'd bite me. Hey there.
Stop it, you scalawags. Not half a step further.
Can you help me?
That depends. With what?
I have to get to Corona really fast.
To Corona? Ha! Forget it. The train doesn't go there anymore.
A train? What train are you talking about?
I told you to forget it. The line has been discontinued. You'd better find another way.
I've got Askill hot on my trail.
The Eskill could come if they want. I'm prepared for that.
You're through with life?
No, I've placed some traps.
I'm forced to talk to wound-up screwballs all the time.
Really? I hardly ever have to do that. This week has been the first time, actually.
I will destroy the world.
Well, that's what I want too. So what? But take my advice. Don't spread that around. People don't really appreciate that kind of thing.
What other way is there to Corona?
Well, to be honest, the train was the only way to Corona. But I already told you, it doesn't go there anymore.
Everything is so horrible. The Askil want to attack Corona, the world will end, and it's all my fault.
Oh boy, what kind of a wuss are you? If I were your world, I'd rather end myself. And that's a fact.
You can't help me. Nobody can.
I think so too. The way you're dressed, is there anything else? You're blocking the view of my favorite tree.
There's a train?
Don't you ever listen? I told you, there's no train. The locomotive still stands up there, but it hasn't moved in a long time.
May I take a look at the locomotive?
Well, that's rich. Do I look like a museum? I told you, there's no train. On the other hand, the idea isn't too bad. I wonder what I could charge for an entrance fee.
But the idea of the Railroad Museum has something to it.
Yeah. But the entrance fee, would it in fact pay off? I'm not sure about it.
I might be willing to spend a gold coin.
Only one? For a visit to Maurice's majestic Railroad Museum? That has to be worth more.
I'd even pay 10 gold coins for something as great as that.
Honestly? You think people would pay that much to see a discarded locomotive?
Well, it's not just any old locomotive. In fact, it went to Corona, didn't it? So it's a royal locomotive.
Royal? That means I've been sitting on a gold mine all the time.
And you didn't even notice.
How could I have been so blind?
Luckily, you've proven your infallible business sense in the end.
You could say that again. I almost missed a lifetime opportunity here. Come here, people from far and near. Starting today, Maurice's majestic Railroad Museum has opened.
May I take a look at the locomotive now?
Sure. That's 10 gold coins. Do you have the money?
Not exactly. Actually, I don't have any money on me.
Well then, back off. You're blocking the entrance for the other customers.
How did you come across those pantaloons over there?
Actually, that's a strange story, and pretty embarrassing. So the truth goes with me to my grave.
I don't have any time for conversation.
You sure talk a lot for someone who hasn't got time.
That would only make them shore up for a moment. I need a better idea to keep them away from the flower bed for good.
Hey! Keep your hands off my pumpkin bed!
No thanks. No thanks. I already sharpened that. No thanks. I must admit, but it has to stop.
Hey! Keep...
Those tracks don't really inspire confidence. No.
Hey! Keep your hands off my laundry!
Hey there again.
It's you again? What's that supposed to be? A siege?
Well, how's business with the museum?
I haven't had a single customer. What am I doing wrong?
I have a couple of ideas on what to improve.
Oh yeah? And why should I listen to you? It's not like you're my advisor or anything.
You could hire me as an advisor.
Well, why not? All right. You'll get 1 gold coin a day after the work is done. So, go ahead. What do you suggest?
You should take down all the laundry. It doesn't fit the good name of your museum.
Yeah, all right. I see that. Unfortunately, I can't leave here to do that myself. I have to watch the cash box in case a member of staff gets sticky fingers.
You could hire me as a laundry boy, and I can do it for you.
That seems a little extravagant to me. I'd probably have the only museum with its own laundry boy in the whole region. On the other hand, I can't handle everything myself. All right, so be it. You're hired. You'll get 1 gold coin a day after the work is done.
Those birds in the front yard are spoiling the aesthetics. It doesn't fit the good name of your museum.
Yeah, all right. I can see that. But what shall I do? Those darn blighters keep coming back.
There's nothing much you can do. You'll have to hire a professional.
Well, all right. But where do I find somebody like that?
Have I told you that I'm a passionate spare-time gardener? I could give it a try.
You?
Why not? There's nobody else here.
All right, all right. If you can scare the birds away, you're hired. You get 1 gold coin a day as a gardener, just like I said, after the work is done.
You should change the name.
Should I really?
Definitely. Maurice's Majestic Railroad Museum sounds way too pompous.
What do you suggest?
I like Maurice's Medium Museum.
Less exclusive, but maybe that opens it up for a new line of customers. Maurice's Medium Museum. All right, let's name it so then. I hope it'll show some improvement. Do you have any other suggestions?
You could lower the prices.
I think you're right. I guess 8 pieces of gold would be plenty for a visit to Maurice's Medium Museum.
You could lower the prices some more.
Some more? Well, listen to that. Maurice's Medium Museum is well worth 8 gold coins.
Maybe it's because of the grumpy members of staff?
What do you think? When I look at you, you're probably right. You look like someone has ridden you.
You mean bitten?
I meant what I said. What do you suggest?
You should hire a jester.
A jester? Have you gone mad?
Hey, I happen to know the staff pretty well. I don't want to scare you, but if they don't get some entertainment soon, they may go on strike.
A strike? All right, but where can I get a jester?
You can't do the job yourself.
Why not? Do you think I'm not... I can't jest?
When should I start?
Right away.
Great.
You'll get 1 gold coin a day after the work is done.
All right. First, you should fire the grumpy manager.
I could only do that with 3 months' notice.
That's a shame. You should introduce, staff discount.
Staff discount? No way.
Why not? Look at it this way. You'd make your staff happy and still get money from them.
What? Hey, you're right. Those morons.
All complete idiots.
All right, it's a deal. Members of staff get a 50% discount.
Oh, they'll pick up eventually.
I think so, too. I'll give a motivating speech during the Christmas party, and the problem will solve itself.
I can't think of anything.
What kind of an advisor have I hired? You better come up with something, or I'll cut your pay.
I don't have any time for conversation.
You sure talk a lot for someone who hasn't got time. Hey, where do you think you're going?
I just want to have a look around, if you don't mind.
I'd rather you look behind you. There's only my cabin in front of you, or restricted area for strangers, as I like to call it. Behind you, on the other hand, lies a whole world of thrilling places. And ones that are not my private property. And there you could jump around and have fun to your heart's delight, or whatever else you clowns do.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, bravo! You scared away the birds. Do you want a Staff Member of the Month badge now, or what?
Your gratitude is payment enough. Hey there again.
It's you again? What's that supposed to be? A siege?
What about my pay?
Let's see. You are my gardener, you are my advisor, you are my jester, and you are my laundry boy. So you've already earned 4 gold coins. I'll keep the money until after you've finished work.
May I take a look at the locomotive now?
Sure. That's 8 gold coins. Okay. For you, 4. Do you have the money?
Not exactly. Couldn't I just take it out of my salary?
Maybe that'll work. First, we have to look at what we've earned so far. Well, you are my gardener, you are my advisor, you are my jester, and you are my laundry boy. So you've already earned 4 gold coins. All right. It looks like you've earned enough. Welcome to Maurice's medium...
Neat, but how do I get up to the locomotive? Unless... Oh no, another elevator. Why didn't I just stay in Askill's fortress? I might be mistaken, but I think it needs something to connect those cogwheels. I might be but that's a kind of grab rail. There are not nearly enough of those in the world. Strange. There are tooth marks on this thing. That doesn't really boost my confidence in this elevator. Yeah, good to know that there's a grab rail here. I always have the need to hold on to something. It all seems to be a little shaky. And this shelf isn't very firm either. Maurice doesn't seem to own very much. That's a good one. There isn't anything in there. The former owner must have left it behind. I can't imagine that Maurice could get up there. Oh my, I'm so tired. Just pull yourself together, Sedgwick. You'll have time to sleep when the world has ended. It's too high up. I can't reach it. It's too high. There's something missing here. And I don't just mean hope. What could be missing here? The clown asked no one in particular. And, as always, no one in particular answered. There's something, and I... Just like in a dollhouse. Cute. Oh my, you'll have time. I won't fit in. Typical. Too big to go to bed, yet too small to save the world. I might be mistaken, but I think it needs something to connect those cogwheels. There, a beautiful V-belt. I'd better keep that thing. Oof. Did I do that? I like the idea, but something's still missing. That's not necessary. I can easily manipulate. I must admit, but it has to stop. That's not. I'd better keep that. It's too high. Spot is too big for the shelf. You should have eaten fewer royal artifacts. I like the idea, but something's still missing. No, I like the idea. I like the idea, but something's still missing. Good idea. If I tie Spot to the elevator, he might delay it long enough. Don't play hard to get now. I'm sure nothing will happen. I like the idea, but something's still missing. Uh-oh. Spot? Ah, you're back again. Please, no more shenanigans, okay? You know I've got weak nerves. Why not? He'd probably be just as useful. Wow! Moise's Medium Museum really is worth the entrance fee. Wow! Moise's... So you want to get me to Corona safely? Well, let's hope so. I wonder if this train can get me to Corona. I guess there's no other way than to try. But I'll have to make a fire in the firebox first. If I want to get this train running, I have to make a fire in the firebox. Heck, My hand won't fit through the gap. How will I ever reach the coal? Yes, that could work. Yes! Yes, it worked! The coals are burning! Now I only have to disengage the immobilizer system, and off we go! Hey, Spot, can you try to, I don't know, somehow spool this thing open? Hey, wait a minute, I think I have a plan. There, and now for phase 2 of my plan, which is developing phase 3. Yes! Yes, it worked! The immobilizer system is disengaged. Corona, I'm coming! I hope I'm not too late.
And finally, there it was. In the middle of the nothingness between the clouds, on one last needle of rock, there was the castle of Corona. Sadwick had reached his destination.
Corona. Finally, I have arrived. The only thing now is to find a way in.